Hey, good evening, Justice Warriors. It's May 1st. We've made it to May. June's right around the corner. So I just wanted to come on to make a pre-recorded video of a 6-minute segment from the very first press conference that the Moscow Police Department had with the University of Idaho president and vice president, who is also the provost, and the dean of student affairs. So I'm just going to jump right into it. My throat's a little scratchy, and I just want to get the ball rolling. Everything I say is simply my opinion, simply for the sake of conversation, hoping to open up a discussion, hoping to learn something and to be educational. All my videos are made specifically for YouTube. It's an entertainment platform, and I always like to keep that in mind. So this is about a half-hour video. I'll put the link in the description. And I talked about it a little bit last night and on Friday, and I was kind of jumping around from various spots in it. So this is just a 6-minute straight through, starting at 23 minutes and 30 seconds, and then winding down at about 29 minutes and 30 seconds. But I also want to make mention of a community post that I put up a couple hours ago. And it is a quote from the police chief at the exact timestamp in that same press conference video at 11:11, where he says, "What we do know, or what we don't know, excuse me, is the identity and the location of the suspect." Whew, reminded me an awful lot of Deputy Brown in the Kiely Rodni case, when he was talking about the cover-up with the boat and the car in the water and how they were like doing a cover-up, and then he's like, wait, no, that's not the word I meant, but he kept saying it. You guys remember? That was insanity. So I'm going to read it again, but also you can go to the community post and see it. And then you can see it for yourself at the 11 mark. What we do know, or what we don't know, excuse me, is the identity and the location of the suspect. This is on November 16th, Wednesday, at about 4:30 p.m. is when this press conference happened. So again, at the 23-minute and 30-second mark, Emma Effortley, I think is her name, from the Spokes Review or the Spokane Review, asked, so there were other roommates who lived at that residence. Were the roommates home at the time of the attack? I'm going to turn my head like this when I am making a quote of the police chief, and I'm going to turn my head that way when it's one of the reporters, so you know if it's a question or an answer. There was other people at home at that time, but we're not just focusing just on them. We're focusing on everybody that may be coming and going from that residence. All right. So since they were home, was it a hostage situation? No, it was not. And then didn't they call it into police? Let me do that one again. And then didn't they call it into police? So were they injured? They were not injured. But like I said, we're still following up with everybody, and that could have been in that area. I'm going to read that one again. They were not injured. But like I said, we're still following up with everybody that could have been in that area. And how can you say it's a targeted attack if you don't have a suspect? like I said, we take the totality of the situation, we try to make the best bit of information we can with everything that comes in, and then we make our decision off that. So at this time, I'm not going to expand upon that. But like I've said, we do have, and then there's a glitch somewhere, and we are looking for that individual to solve this. Hi, Rachel's son, Northwest Public Broadcast. I just want to clarify something that you said earlier over the past couple of days. The information that we've been getting is that there is not a threat to the public. And earlier, I heard you say you can't be sure that there is no threat. I just want to clarify what your stance is on that at this time. So we believe there's a stutter there. So we believe, we still believe it's a targeted attack, but the reality is there's still, and then there's a big glitch out there, who committed 4 horrible, horrible crimes. So I think we got to go back to, there is a threat out there still, possibly. We don't know. We don't. But we all have to be aware of our surroundings and make sure that we're watching out for each other. Okay? And then one other follow-up. I know you said when the call came in, it was for an unconscious person. And also that there was a stabbing. It seems, just from an outside perspective looking in, like that would be not the first thing a person calling would think. And then the police chief kind of cuts her off right there. You're right. But the report that we got was that it was an unconscious individual. It wasn't until our officers on the scene went in to do caregiving check on the individual who was unconscious that we found the scene that we found. Okay, thank you. And then a new question. Hold on, I'm getting cotton mouth. I think this is a different reporter. Yeah. Hi, Heather Roberts with ABC News. Just to follow up on what she asked. So the other 2 roommates were there at the home at the time of the attack. All of the information that we have from our investigation is that yes, they were. Okay, but they were unhurt? That's correct. So is there any explanation as to why it took so long for someone to call 911? You have surviving witnesses to an incident at 3 or 4 in the morning, and the 911 call didn't come in until noon? I don't think I ever said they were witnesses. I said they were there. So so we don't know why that call came in at noon and not in the middle of the night. Would we have loved for that to have happened? Yes, but that's not how it took place. Actually, there's a stutter there, but that's not how it took place. So that's why we're investigating everything still, to try and pull all of the pieces together. Were they one of the people? Were they the 911 caller? At this point in time, I'm not going to divulge who our 911 caller is, just because I want to keep the, integrity of the investigation at this point, okay? Okay, and last question. Are you able to tell whether the same weapon was used on all 4 victims? You know, that's why we're having the autopsies done. The autopsy will confirm that and hopefully collect some evidence for us. Even from what that's what you do. The autopsies is to try and be thorough and to try, actually it's and try to gather more. So we'll have that would probably be something that would come out later. Okay. New reporter, excuse me, Derek Shook, Fox News Digital. Was there anything missing in the home? Were the purses still there? Any robbery attempt? Anything like that? Nothing that we have identified. And I'm going to take about 2 more questions, all right? Hi, I'm Tim with the Daily Evergreen, and I was just wondering, were the 2 other individuals present at the home when the police responded at noon? Yes. Okay. And I think this is a new reporter. Chief, if you don't mind elaborating a bit more on those 2 people, was it 2 people? What have those people shared about the circumstances of that night? What they saw or didn't see? Well, I'm not gonna go into what they shared that night. Obviously, that's part of our investigation. That's part of the information that we're trying to build our complete story with. So at that, as far as that goes, we're not going any further into what they don't know. How many were there? We believe 2. Have you looked at the social media accounts of all the victims? Do you understand that one may have had an account linked to her Instagram account? Have you looked into those accounts? Have you seen any sort of threats made to any of those, of the individuals? So, we're looking at all resources, you know. We got, like I said, the Federal Bureau of Investigation helping us. We got our detectives, our forensic detectives, looking into that. We're trying and to pull this whole picture. We're looking at everything that we can look at, social media, etc. So to answer your question, yes, we are. Were the victims all found in one part of the house? I'm not going to divulge that either. That's part of our investigation. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and close this off. But if you'd like to, if you have any questions for the university, we'll open that up at this point in time. So I'm going to just wrap it up, you guys, because like I said, my voice is kind of raspy and I don't feel like I need to put any commentary in there. I'm just going to let you guys do what you will with it. I hope that this is helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you feel so inclined. Share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video and any video. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. I hope you can get some exercise, really good nutrition, fruits and veggies, and high protein. Stay hydrated, get some fresh air and sunshine if you can, and just be chill, you know? Take really good care of yourself. Put your feet up. Mondays can be rough. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Take